I'm starting to notice that our society sees the difference between ADOS manhood and African manhood. And I really started to notice this when I started to work with some Africans. I was working with some Africans. I still do the job that I'm currently working in. A few of them have stereotyped me. And even before this current job, like, I came in contact with Africans who stereotyped me. You know, as a black man in America, there are several stereotypes. Like, we don't even have to go into like what type of stereotypes. You know, you guys already know the black male stereotypes that are in this country of the United States. And these people, they know I'm Nigerian. They know I'm African too. They know my father's from Nigeria. They know I'm quote unquote one of them. And these people still have their stereotypes of me. Then, like some days later, I'm starting to think to myself, like, people really see the difference between Black American manhood and African manhood. Like, my father, he's from Nigeria. My mother, she's African American or ADOS. And like my facial features look Black American. I take after my mother more. And my dad's one of those Africans who could potentially pass for a Black American anyway. He's not one of those people that you could just look at and tell he's African. But yeah, I look like more on the Black American side. So when people see me, they just automatically assume I'm Black American, most people. And when these Africans talk to me, I guess they perceive me as being a Black American. Because I know for a fact that if I was some pure African-looking dude, like that dude off of Blood Diamond, Digimon Hanzo, or whatever, however you pronounce his name, I know for a fact that these Africans would not be stereotyping me like that. Then I began to think to myself, like, after that, I'm like, oh shit, man, people really see the difference between Black American manhood and African manhood. And throughout the years, I've heard like people on the manosphere talking about this, like saying that society sees the difference between Black manhood and African manhood. Back then, I was kind of iffy about it. I'm like, I really don't agree too much. I'm like, Africans, they get our stereotypes too. Of course, Africans get stereotypes too, and they get prejudice, they get racism too. But there's like certain experiences, certain perceptions, certain stereotypes that are only tied to Black American men. I mean, of course, some Africans they're going to experience this as well because they are Black. But for a lot of them, it's not going to be as bad. Like, there's a prototypical image of the Black man in America. Let's say like LeBron James, he's the prototypical image of the Black man in America as far as how he looks. The medium dark skin. He doesn't necessarily have African features, you know. Like, you could tell apart an African and a Black American most of the time. And the prototypical Black man, American Black man, and the prototypical African, you can tell them apart. Most people can tell them apart. Even white people can tell them apart. And there are certain stereotypes and stigmas that are only tied to that prototypical image of the Black American man. So when an African who's undeniably African, one of those Africans you can tell that they're African on first sight, when they move to the United States and they start experiencing society, they aren't going to have certain stereotypes and stigmas aren't going to stick to them because in people's subconscious mind, they don't look like their stereotypical, prototypical image of a black American man. So people aren't going to have their certain stigmas and stereotypes and ideologies about them. I mean, yes, like I said earlier, those people are still black, but they are viewed differently. There's, like I said earlier, like certain stereotypes are really just tied to black American men. So if you're an African man who lives in the United States and you don't look black American, you're not going to get those stereotypes as bad. Like being lazy, like you're always up to no good. Some of the fuckery from our women. Some women aren't going to see, some black women aren't going to see an African, undeniably African man, as much as of an enemy as she does in a black American man, or even an African man who can pass for a black American. It's like a lot of this fuckery is low key just tied to black American man. Like the Africans who do experience the fuckery at a high level in this society, I can guarantee you, it's mainly the African man who could pass for a dark-skinned black American man. I can guarantee you.